Chapter 34. Bad Principles, War upon Good Instincts. However, liberal Catholics are reluctant to go all the way with the Revolution, which is why the Revolution will never trust them. It knows that from being partly Catholic, they are always liable to go back to being fully Catholic. So where does that leave them? They are acceptable neither to true Catholics nor to true liberals. Our liberal Catholics sense the danger of the doctrine of 89. Hence those distinctions by which they strive to avoid its practical consequences, and to put together a version of 89 that renders them somewhat revolutionary without their ceasing to be Catholic. But what they are undertaking is to reconcile good and evil, which is more than any man can do. That is why they pronounce the shibboleth so badly, and why the Revolution refuses them entry. The Revolution is more fair to them than they are to themselves. It knows by instinct that they are Catholic, and does them the honor of not believing them when they try to convince it that they are so little Catholic that outside of the Church no one will notice that they are still Catholic, and that they will play the role of an atheist very well, in that ideal form of government without religion and without God. Yet, way back in 1830, who could have guessed that Mr. Dupin, translator's note, Baron Charles Dupin, who lived from 1784 to 1873, was Minister of Public Instruction under Louis Philippe in 1836, and translator's note, was raising the Catholic banner of the future when he boasted that his government was a government that did not go to confession. However, Mr. Dupin himself went to confession, and the Revolution did not trust him. And to this day, it distrusts all liberal Catholics. It knows how it means to apply its own principles. It knows that Catholics will resist even to their last breath, that they will become disenchanted and retract, and that these halfway rebels will end up being ready to shed their lives' blood to build up the Catholic Church, which they are now pretending to tear down. If a man has done no more than receive baptism, the full-blooded liberal Quinet will not let him into liberal society until he has renounced it. This flash of foresight is accurate and profound. It shows that Mr. Quinet has a certain idea of the power of baptism, that he is aware of the incompatibility that exists between liberal society and the society of Jesus Christ. Liberal society will therefore outlaw baptism, and, of course, if any baptized person manages to escape from the catacombs, it will take care to keep him from speaking to the apostates, because the apostates themselves would soon cease to be trustworthy. With such a perspective, what hope remains to liberal Catholics? They will say that they do not have the same idea of liberty as Mr. Quinet has. We are well aware of that. Everyone is aware of it. But everyone will cry out that it is Mr. Quinet who has the right idea of liberty.